Namaste everyone. Today is Monday, March 25th, 2024, and we're now going to start our session on Sandhya Upasana and Mantra Swadhyay. आप सभी का स्वागत है जिन्होंने ज्वाइन किया है via Zoom या those who are watching via Facebook and YouTube. It's going live on Facebook and YouTube. So our speaker today is Acharya Varun Devji. I am going to spotlight him.
धन्यवाद जी।
नमस्ते जी आचार्य वरुण देव जी, आपका स्वागत है संध्या सेशन में।
धन्यवाद जी। नमस्ते जी।
प्लीज आप स्टार्ट करिए संध्या से।
सभी महानुभावों को मेरा नमस्ते। सभी से विनम्र निवेदन है कि अपने सभी मोबाइल्स फोन साइलेंट मोड पर कर लीजिए एवं कोमलता से अपने नेत्रों को बंद कर लीजिए। अब स्वयं को सभी बाहर के विषयों से, सभी मन के उद्विग्न विचारों से, मन के झंझावातों से, मन की सभी दुविधाओं से स्वयं को पृथक कर लीजिए। महर्षि दयानंद जी ने पंच महायज्ञ विधि में संध्या की परिभाषा दी है, जिसमें स्वामी जी लिखते हैं, संध्यायन्ति संध्यायते वा परब्रह्म यस्याम सा संध्या। अर्थात जिसमें हम सम्यक रूप से भली भांति एकाग्र होकर उस पर ब्रह्म का, परमेश्वर का ध्यान करते हैं, वह संध्या है। संध्या की पूर्व अवस्था प्रत्याहार है। मन को सभी प्रकार के बाहरी विषयों से पृथक कर मन को कछुए की भांति अंदर की ओर अंतर्मुखी कर लेना संध्या का प्रारंभिक बिंदु स्थान है। तो आइए हम सभी मिलकर ईश्वर के ध्यान में मग्न हो जाएं। स्वयं को उस अनंत ईश्वरीय चेतना से संबद्ध कर लें। वह अनंत चेतना जो सभी आनंद का आधार है, जो सभी ज्ञान का आधार है, एवं जो संपूर्ण ब्रह्मांड की रचनात्मक शक्ति है, उस पर ब्रह्म परमेश्वर से तादात्म्य स्थापित करने का हम प्रयत्न करेंगे। नेत्रों को बंद रखिए एवं लंबा गहरा श्वास लेकर 3 बार ओम की पवित्र ध्वनि का उच्चारण करेंगे। अथ ब्रह्म यज्ञः। ओम। ओ ओ ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शन्नो देवीरभिष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीतये संयोरभिस्रवन्तु नः। ॐ वाक् वाक् ॐ प्राणः प्राणः ॐ चक्षुः चक्षुः ॐ श्रोत्रं श्रोत्रम् ॐ नाभिः ॐ हृदयम् ॐ कण्ठः ॐ शिरः ॐ बाहुभ्यां यशोबलम् ॐ करतलकरपृष्ठे ॐ भुः पुनातु शिरसि ॐ भुवः पुनातु नेत्रयोः ॐ स्वः पुनातु कण्ठे ॐ महः पुनातु हृदये ॐ जनः पुनातु नाभ्याम् ॐ तपः पुनातु पादयोः ॐ सत्यं पुनातु पुनः शिरसि ॐ खं ब्रह्म पुनातु सर्वत्र ॐ भुः ॐ भुवः ॐ स्वः ॐ महः ॐ जनः ॐ तपः ॐ सत्यम् ॐ ऋतं च सत्यं चाभिद्धातपसोऽध्यजायत ततो रात्रजायत ततः समुद्रो अर्णवः ॐ समुद्रादर्णवादधी संवत्सरो अजायत अहोरात्राणि विदधद्विश्वस्य मिषतो वशी ॐ सूर्याचन्द्रमसौ धाता यथा पूर्वमकल्पयत् दिवं च पृथिवीं चान्तरिक्षमथो स्वः ॐ शन्नो देवीरभिष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीतये संयोरभिस्रवन्तु नः। ॐ प्राचीदिगग्निरधिपतिरसितो रक्षितादित्या इषवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नम ईशुभ्यो नम एभ्यो अस्तु योऽस्मान्द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वो जम्भे दद्मः ॐ दक्षिणादिगिन्द्रोऽधिपतिस्थिरश्चिराजीरक्षिता पितर इषवः तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नम ईशुभ्यो नम एभ्यो अस्तु। योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दद्मः। ॐ प्रतीची दिग्वरुणोऽधिपतिः प्रीदाकु रक्षितान्नमिषवः। तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नम ईशुभ्यो नम एभ्यो अस्तु। योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दद्मः। ॐ उदीची दिक्सोमोऽधिपतिः स्वजो रक्षिता शनिरिषवः। तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नम ईशुभ्यो नम एभ्यो अस्तु। योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दद्मः। ॐ ध्रुवादिग्विष्णुरधिपतिः कल्माषग्रीवो रक्षिता वीरुधैषवः। तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नम ईशुभ्यो नम एभ्यो अस्तु। योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दद्मः। ॐ ऊर्ध्वादिक्बृहस्पतिरधिपतिः श्वित्रो रक्षिता वर्षमिषवः। तेभ्यो नमोऽधिपतिभ्यो नमो रक्षितृभ्यो नम ईशुभ्यो नम एभ्यो अस्तु। योऽस्मान् द्वेष्टियं वयं द्विष्मस्तं वोजम्भे दद्मः। ॐ उद्वयं तमसस्परिस्वाह पश्यन्त उत्तरम्। देवं देवत्रा सूर्यमगन्मज्योतिरुत्तमम्। ॐ उदुत्यं जातवेदसं देवं वहन्ति केतवः। दृशे विश्वाय सूर्यम्। ॐ चित्रं देवानामुदगादनीकं चक्षुर्मित्रस्य वरुणस्याग्नेः। आप्राद्या वा पृथिवी अन्तरिक्षं सूर्य आत्मा जगतस्थस्तुषश्च स्वाहा। ॐ तच्चक्षुर्देवहितं पुरस्ताच्छुक्रमुच्चरत्। पश्येम शरदः शतं जीवेम शरदः शतं शृणुयाम शरदः शतं प्रब्रवाम शरदः शतमदीनाः स्याम शरदः शतम् भूयश्च शरदः शतात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। हे ईश्वर दयानिधे भवत्कृपयानेन जपोपासनादिकर्मणा धर्मार्थकाममोक्षाणाम् सद्यः सिद्धिर्भवेन्नः। ॐ नमः शम्भवाय च मयो भवाय च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अभी धीरे से अपने हाथ की हथेलियों को रब कीजिए और अपने दोनों नेत्रों पर और चेहरे पर कोमलता से रखिए। धीरे से अपने नेत्रों को खोल सकते हैं। मंत्रोच्चारण के पश्चात जो शांति एवं पूरी सत्ता में जो स्थिरता उत्पन्न होती है उसको अनुभव करें। उस शांति और निश्चलता में एक सुखद आभास एवं विश्वास का स्पर्श है। ओम। जैसा कि आप सभी को विदित है, टुडे वी आर स्टार्टिंग a great book, a devotional exposition of the mantras from Rig Ved and Yajur Ved. 53 mantras from Rig Ved and Yajur Ved, 54 mantras, in which Maharshi Dayanand Ji, he has expounded only the devotional meaning of the mantras. We need to understand why do we need such kind of book. Most of the time we dwell in the principles and we always think about different kinds of expositions relating to Khandan, Mandan, and of course the clarity in our intellect in order to see the clear distinction between what is right and wrong in different sects. But in this book, Arya Bhivinay, Maharshi Dayanand Ji, the purpose of this book, we have to understand, we can only understand when we understand the purpose and object of meditation and chanting the mantras. And when we dwell on this subject, we find out that the object of chanting the mantras, the object of reading the Vedas, object of reading and study the explanation and interpretation given by Maharshi Dayanand Ji is to get connected with the presence of Ishwar, with the living presence of Ishwar. That is the objective. And Maharshi Dayanand Ji, who wrote this book, around 1875, when first Arya Samaj was founded in Bombay, he clearly wrote, and Samvat was, I think, Vikram Samvat 1832. He wrote that the main purpose of Arya Bhivinay is to expound the devotional character, nature of meditation on the mantras. And he writes himself in the book, in the preface, which I would like to read in front of you. A study of this book is calculated to impart the true knowledge of the nature of God, arouse devotion towards Him, create deep faith in Him, bring about a purification in the daily life of the devotees, and many such other noble results. Then he writes, it is hoped that those who would devote him to the reading of this work would not fall a prey to atheism and other heresies. So now we have understood why Maharshi Dayanandji gave us this beautiful gift in order to expand, in order to intensify devotion in us towards Ishwar, who is the source and cause of this universe. He has created this universe with his omniscient knowledge. He molded this Prakriti so that all the Jivatmas can take participation and evolve towards him and get Ishwar Sakshatkar. So, as I told, that in this book, Arya Bhivinay, we will learn how to approach God, how to approach Parmeshwar. Because whatever we are doing, we need to first know the nature of that object. If we don't know the right properties, right nature, we cannot adore Ishwar properly. Right knowledge, true knowledge is the right means to have right devotion in us towards Ishwar. So, this devotional text of the Aryans, for all the Aryas, is very significant and important if we want to lead in ourselves a spiritual life. If we will to evolve spiritually, Arya Bhivinay then has a great importance in our life. Because when we will discuss the meaning of the mantras, which interpretation of the mantras Maharshi Dayanandji has given in the book, we will come to know that this is not just a translation of the words in Hindi, in Prakrit Bhasha, but this is a spiritual upliftment we will feel when we will read the meaning with devotion and faith. I would like just to mention, when we don't have living relation with Ishwar, all what we read or study does not produce any positive or spiritual results in our nature, in our consciousness. Therefore, in order to be spiritually get connected to the infinite consciousness of Ishwar, we need to learn about these meanings of the mantras. So, without any further delay, I would like to take the first mantra of the Arya Bhivinay. I hope all of you have this Arya Bhivinay. I have the hard copy. For the moment, I don't have the soft one, but next time I would like to get the soft copy so that I can share on the screen. There are so many people in the past who tried to misinterpret Vidya. One of them was Sayan, who gave very gross meaning of the Veda. Maharshi Dayanand explained and mentioned in the preface of Arya Bhivinay. That's why, in order to intensify our prayers, our aspirations, devotional prayers and aspirations, he wrote this book for us, and we should be grateful to the Rishi who has given us this wonderful gift as Arya Bhivinay, so that we can culminate our devotion and faith in the form of spiritual experiences and realizations. So let's start. Om Tat Sat Parabrahmane Namaha. अथ आर्याभिविनय aprarambha. So the first mantra of Arya Bhivinay is, he took from Rig Veda, Ashtak, first Ashtak number 1, Adhyay 6th, Varg 18 and Mantra number 9. Om Shanno Mitrah Sham Varunah Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnu Rurukramaha. So, in the Vyakhyan, Maharshi Dayanand ji, this is invocation by Rishi Dayanand to God, direct invocation. And we will go one by one to understand deeply the meaning of each Visheshan adjective he is using for Ishwar. And he is calling and making Sambodhan. So it starts from here. He Satchidanand Anant Saroop. So first, if we take little time and dwell on the meaning of this, why did he write first? Have we ever given thought to this, that in the second principle of Arya Samaj, he starts with the same Visheshan of Ishwar, Satchidanand, Ishwar Satchidanand Saroop. Here he added one more thing, one more Visheshan, that is Ananta. He Satchidanand Anant Saroop. So if we go here deeply we find out that Ishwar is Sat Swarup, Chit Swarup, Anand Swarup, and Anant Swarup. Now we have to dwell more deeply on the meaning of the mantra of this Visheshan. If someone does not have the faith in the existence of God, all other Visheshans and invocation which will be following after this is useless. So that is why Maharshi Dayanand Ji is emphasizing first on the existence of Ishwar. Sat means existence of Paramatma. So when we have that true faith in the existence of Ishwar, only then we can try to know the other divine qualities of Bhagavan. So that is the beginning. So this question we should ask in our heart: do I really have that faith and devotion? Do I really believe that God exists? Ishwar exists? Yes, we all believe. And that is the beginning of dharma. That is beginning of spirituality. That is beginning of transformation in ourselves. The one who does not believe in God, in Ishwar, one will not make a progress inch forward. Why? Because there are so many attractions and so many difficulties in the outer world. For example, I give you one example. One believes in God and he says that I am a very dharmic man, and he has expectations from Ishwar. Then something happens in his life, then he starts doubting the existence of Ishwar, that if Ishwar is there, why did it happen? Because I have seen it in my own experiences with people. So then their belief system is shaken. Why? Because when we have not deeply understood the nature of God, we cannot make or move forward in the domain of spirituality. So the first thing we need to understand that Ishwar is there. He exists irrespective of whatever is going on in the world, in the Prakriti, but his existence is imperishable and immortal and is forever. When this unconditional faith is there on Ishwar, then we can say that I am a astik, I am dharmik, because Prakriti has doshas. Every individual being, every Jivatman is free to act. Every Jivatma in the body, the Ishwar has given full liberty. You are free in your karmas. But when the time will come of your results, you will be bound to the results, to the bhogas. At that time, nothing you have in your hands. So at the time of actions, we are free, but not at the time of results. That is why Manushya Yoni is called Karma Yoni, because we can act according to our will. All the animal species, they are Bhog Yoni. They cannot act. They can only get the results of their karmas in the form of whatever body they have got. So here, this simple concept we need to understand in this Satchidanand Ananta Swarup, that when we believe that God is there, the God exists, Ishwar exists, it must come from deep within, not from only a theoretical aspect. Okay, I understood God is because somebody must be there who can create this whole infinite cosmos, Brahmand, and who should be the bearer of this cosmos, this universe. Without that, it cannot work. And of course, the science, the intelligence, the wisdom which is used to create this whole universe cannot be made by any human being or human intelligence. So that is okay. That derivation will help us in order to make our faith stronger. But from that point of view, also from that angle of individual expectation from Ishwar, whenever something mishappening happens to anyone, the faith and belief in Ishwar should not be shaken. If it is shaken, we can say we are not completely astik. This is the first thing. Ishwar is Sat. It means he is forever there. Chit. When we use word Chit, the meaning of Chit is Chetan Swarup. And Chetan means Jnana Swarup, who has awareness. Look at the stone. Does it have any awareness? Can it work? Can it act with its own will? No, there is no jnana, there is no awareness, there is no intelligence. So we cannot say that a stone has that awareness which we have. We have jnana, we have awareness, we can act according to our will, we can use a stone or whatever we want in order to, but we cannot use a living thing, a living being, because it has its own individual awareness. So what Chit differentiates Ishwar from others? It has infinite awareness, infinite intelligence. Infinity is the aspect. We can say, oh, we are also Chetan and Ishwar is also Chetan. What is the difference between us and Ishwar? There is a clear distinction. That is why all the errors in spirituality and in dharma starts when we start saying Aham Brahmasmi. Why? Because we have wrongly understood the meaning of the Vedas. We are limited in ourselves. We are limited in our awareness. We are limited in our actions. How can we say that without how can we compare ourselves with that infinite consciousness of Ishwar? So infinity is the distinction between our individual limited consciousness and Ishwar's omniscient consciousness. So that is Chit Swarup. He is Chetan Swarup, means Jnana Swarup. The third is Anand Swarup. Whatever we do in our life, why are we inclined to do? Why are we motivated to do? Because whether we are eating something, drinking something, living with someone, there is the factor of pleasure. There is factor of happiness. So whenever we feel happy with something, object or a living person, we want to be with that. So now Rishi says, when that Ishwar is Anant Anand Swarup, full of bliss, immutable bliss, imperishable bliss, then why should we not get connected to that infinite bliss, that Anant Anand Sarup Parameshwar. That is the derivation. So, when an Anant Sarup, he is Anant means infinite, no end of his Chetan Shakti, of his Jnan, of his Anand, of his existence. So when that is why when we look at the meaning of Satchidanand, if we have attained we have absorbed the meaning of it in ourselves, we have dwelt on it deeply and properly, then what will happen? We will have that unshaken faith, as said in a poetry, happiest are they who stand on faith as on a rock. Faith should be our rock on which we should stand, on which we can take a flight into the domain, into the worlds of spirituality. So we will continue next week also. This is a book of devotion, prayers and devotion, stuti and prarthana. So we will try to get connected to that infinite Ishwar, Parmeshwar, Ananda Swarup, Parabrahman, Paramatman, so that our life may transform from falsehood to truth, from unhappiness to eternal bliss, and from death to immortality. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. If somebody has any question, please ask. You are most welcome.
If anyone has questions, please
Or
unmute
any
yourself.
suggestion or question, whatever, Bhallaji is there to manage everything beautifully.
Please unmute yourself before you ask, otherwise we won't hear you.
I just got one doubt. Namaste. When we know these things, we still connected, get attached too much to pleasures. Why don't we realize that? Why don't that consciousness doesn't? It's not so active to make us to feel that this is pleasure, just not a fact, and look towards its Satchidananda Parmeshwar and pray more towards and more attached to him. Why our mind doesn't accept and gets into trapped so easily?
Because we are embodied in the shell of mind, body, and prana. So these are like veils in front of that, between us and so our attachments, which the cause of those attachments are our own will, not Ishwar. Ishwar always want infinite welfare for us, eternal welfare for us. It is our limitations, it is our attachments, it is our own ignorance that is making us not to get connected with the divine consciousness. So we more and more, the ignorance, the veils of ignorance will be rent. More and more we will feel connected to the divine Ishwariya consciousness, Ishwariya Chetana. So the simple answer is, it is our own ignorance which we must work on and get rid of it slowly, and try to increase and intensify and arouse more faith in Ishwar and in our Atma.
धन्यवाद आचार्य जी.
Any other? No. All right. So चलो फिर शांति पाठ कर दीजिए. Then we'll close the session.
धन्यवाद आपका बहुत बहुत
जी, स्वागत है जी आपका.
Thank you.
अथ शांति पाठ. ओम द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्तिः 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 सर्वेभ्यो नमः।
सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जुड़ने के लिए, और आचार्य जी आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। यू गिव ए वेरी गुड एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ सच्चिदानंद, एंड वी विल कंटिन्यू दिस डिस्कोर्स नेक्स्ट मंडे,
जी
सो वी आर लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू दैट वन।
थैंक
और
यू।
अभी कोई 1 घंटा 15 मिनट में रामायण की कक्षा शुरू होगी, सेशन शुरू होगा फ्रॉम वैदिक टेम्पल अटलांटा बाय आचार्य अमोल जी। जिनके पास समय है, जिनके पास रुचि है, प्लीज यू कैन ट्राई टू ज्वाइन एट दैट टाइम। सो सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, एंड आई विल सी यू ईदर एट 8 p.m. tonight or 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to close the session now.
धन्यवाद, नमस्ते।
नमस्ते।